the bay, that's me. That's us, that's my team. We gon' do it for the bay, though. Forever we faithful. Forever we faithful. Not again. Forever we faithful. Niner my gang, whoa, that back came real fast. I feel like Usain Bolt. These teams not like us, they not in the same boat. We beat all the big teams, we got all the big rings. They red and that gold. We ball never fold, grind stay in that mold. Another ring is the goal. All we do is win, 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 no matter what. It's a scary sight, a Niner jersey and a cut. Faithful to the bay, the Niner gang, yeah we up, living plush. Soon as you look up, another touch. Damn, it ain't next year, it's our year. Now, crowd full of red, white, and gold, screaming loud. Let's get it in, let's get it in. Niner gang, another win. Let's get it in, let's get it in.
Welcome everybody to a brand new episode of Very Faithful Podcast. I'm Brandon Free and joined by me is my co-host, as always, Dion Johnson from Niner Gang Podcast. Also, Christian will be joining us shortly here. He's just in the background getting his stuff ready. But we're here. We're back. We got another dub. That's 3 games in a row now. 49ers beat the Cleveland Browns 26-9 or 8. I mean, sorry, my bad. Give them a little bit grace period, right? But in their hometown, when it's hella cold, everything like that. Dion, let's get your thoughts, man. How did this team perform? What stood out to you? What went wrong? All the good stuff. Let us know, man.
So definitely happy that we got the win at a bare minimum. That's always a good thing. You know what I'm saying? We definitely went through there. It was definitely, hey, Mom. We definitely went through there with some inclement weather. You know what I'm saying? It was definitely scary because we know that Brock and Kyle Shanahan in inclement weather are usually not good at all. But the nice thing was that there was no rain. And I think that was the key. There was no rain. There was no snow. It was cold as all get out. Don't get me wrong, because I heard the commentators complaining about that the whole game. Whether they were on the sidelines, whether they were in the booth, it was freezing. Excuse me. So the temperatures definitely were low. I believe when the game started, it was about 37. And I think, throughout the broadcast, they were saying that the temperature dropped. But here's the beauty of it. We didn't have any snow. We didn't have any rain. One thing we did have, though, was wind. And that wind was whipping. If you tell me you noticed this, whenever the referees had to make a call, all you heard was wind.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I did.
Like whistling through their mics. Like it was just crazy. Like you could hear the call, don't get me wrong, but you definitely at a bare minimum heard that wind just like whistling through their mics and everything. So that was definitely something that scared the crap out of me on that field goal that Matt Gay had to kick because it just bounced off of the upright and luckily it went through, man. Like that's how bad the wind was in Cleveland. But one thing I want to start off with, and I want to get your thoughts on this too, is special teams. What? I don't know what happened. I don't know what they did. I don't know who talked to who said what, who did what, how they did it. Whether it was prayers, whether they, went on a sabbat. I don't know what Brett Boyer did to the special teams, but I like it. I like it a lot. Our special teams is performing at an all-time high level. We are looking good. I just need Sky Moore to have the strength to finish these runs, man. Every time he run out of gas.
He ran out of gas. Exactly.
And next thing you know, he's like, man, I'm tired, bro. They're going to catch me.
Oh, dude, that's
I just need Sky Moore to finish one. I would really love that. But I love what special teams has been doing, forcing turnovers. What I'm saying, making plays, just making sure that the other special teams doesn't look good. Like, what do you think about special teams, man? Because I'm on a high with them, man. They are doing fantastic. Shout out Brett Boyer. Shout out special teams. Shout out my guy, Nick Martin, for doing this thing, performing even better on special teams. For all y'all that try to crap on Nick Martin, he coming along well. And he is a tackling machine, and I think he's only going to get better the more time we give him, actual in-game reps. But what do you think about special teams?
So real quick on Nick Martin, he's a wrecking ball to wreck with. Boy, he can make big tackles because he knocked his ass out of the game himself, man, with the concussion. So, dude, special teams been freaking phenomenal. The past, honestly, 3 games, I would say, and I would say what most of the season.
Mm-hmm.
But mostly these last 3 games, they've been looking good and forcing turnovers and Sky Moore getting out there and fucking. This trade's looking better and better each week. This guy makes some good plays, man. But no, dude, special teams definitely was a factor to this win for sure because it gave us better field position each time.
Mm-hmm.
And oh my god, dude, Rick Diaz.
We'll talk a little bit more about that, Rick.
But yeah, no, special teams have been great, and dude, I've been more than impressed by them so far. And also, too, real quick before we move on to our to the show, for those of you over on X, we can't see your chat. You guys come over to YouTube, youtube.com/FavoriteFaithful 49 or Niner Gang Podcast. We can see your chat there, and you guys could intertwine with us and talk about this Niner dub. But yeah, man, special teams has been great. How about now we talked about special teams? I want to talk about the defense a little bit. Defense has been stepping up a lot the past couple weeks and been proven themselves a lot lately. And what's your take on the defense so far, man?
Defense has been looking good, man. They've been doing their thing. First thing I want to do is say, hey, to my boy's wife, Jess. Shout out to my sister, Jess.
Okay, maybe a little bit.
She is a diehard Panthers fan, bro. My boy's wife, and she was begging me to take it easy on her last week, and I was like, nah, we can't do that. We need to win this game. But shout out to the Panthers this week for taking care of the Rams, man. I can't be nothing more than happy on that one, bro. I am very happy that the Rams took an L. Now we just need the Seahawks to take an L, and we can start kind of shuffling this NFC West around. But as far as the defense has been playing very well. Forced another turn, didn't force a turnover, just took the opportunistic moment and jumped on it. Shout out Luke Gifford for that. But it's been fantastic, man. I'm not mad at it at all. I'm definitely very happy with what the defense has been doing. Last couple of weeks, they've been playing so much better. I knew that this week was going to be definitely.
You are lagging a little bit, man.
Okay, give me a sec, man. I don't know why this thing is tripping.
All right. Real quick, what's up, Christian? How you doing, man?
I'm good. Just trying to get my computer. I had to go and get on my phone because the stupid computer won't work.
I know my computer's tripping right now too, so I'm about to switch up.
You're good now, dude. It's working now, Dion.
All right, I'll hold it. I'll just hold it on my phone just in case it decides to act stupid.
Okay. All right, Christian, now that you're in here, thoughts on today's win and how are you feeling, bro?
It's a pretty sweet win. Pretty sweet win for sure. Feeling good. Defense seems to be getting better for what they have. So that's pretty nice too. Seems like even though we're giving up yards, we're making plays and making things happen, and the sacks are coming a little bit more than they were. So maybe the guys we do have are starting to figure it out and be cohesive. So it's a good sign going to the rest of the season. We get a bye week too to work on some things. So that's nice as well. Definitely enjoyed that game. I thought the whole team played extremely well.
Yeah, for sure. I think our run game was kind of stagnant for most of the game, but then started to open up a little bit towards the end, right? CMC was starting to see more green. Brian Robinson got a couple carries in there and got a good 5-6 yards a couple times. There were short dink and dunks by Purdy, but shit was just working. Even though this Browns defense has been really good, it it's been working. Like the Niners were able to get down the field sometimes. A lot of times was because of the special teams for sure. But dude, defense looked good. Offense, was striving to for the most part, and they just kept attacking the ball, man. And that's what you need to do, especially with a good defense like the Cleveland Browns. Dion, what do you got to say about the DBs this game? How did they look for you? To you and who stood out there today?
DBs look pretty good. You know what I'm saying? The one who stood out the most was Malik Mustafa. He was the one out there making the most plays out of all of the defensive backs. Shout out Upton Stout for a couple of good plays as well. I think we're just doing things the way that we need to do them. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Demo. He had a couple of good plays as well. It's just, I think everything is slowly coming together. And I know it's a little frustrating for some of the guys because they've been hoping that the stuff comes together a lot sooner rather than later. But our defensive backs have been looking good, but today I would have to if I was to give any shout out, it definitely would be to Malik Mustafa.
All right. Christian, what about you, man?
What was the question?
The DBs. Who stood out to you the most?
Mustafa stopping the run.
For sure. Yep.
To come down making big hits, doing really well in the run game. For sure.
Mm-hmm.
Had a pass breakup as well. Felt like the corners did good. Receivers weren't open a lot. There was a lot of underneath stuff that it's okay giving up. Thought the DBs did well all around.
Yeah, and we did notice that they did run the ball a lot on us, and there was a couple times where they did get a good amount of yards. What is it that the Cleveland Browns were able to run on us? Like what worked for them? Like why isn't our run defense kind of like stopping the run basically?
Because we're struggling at linebacker.
I have to agree with you completely there. See, here's the biggest problem. Christian hit the nail on the head with that one. Every time we get a linebacker up, they damn near go down. We almost thought we lost Curtis Robinson. And we'd have been down to our third Mike linebacker. Third. And I believe that was Jalen Graham. And that's a dude that we had. I believe we cut, then we brought him back. So at this point, you're like, what the heck is going on? So definitely the struggle of our linebackers. That's been a little bit of an iffy situation. And you just got to hope and pray that they can hold up, and get through the rest of the season. I'm not going to lie to you. I honestly think they need to give D. Winters a little bit more of the Mike privileges and help him understand what it is to be a Mike. And if you leave it to me, I'd move D. Winters to the Mike, and I'd make sure that I put Nick Martin in at some point. I need a shoot tackler.
I agree with you there. I do. Dude, honestly, and I think we need to go back and have these guys learn how to tackle better, because this whole shoulder bullshit that we're doing does not work. We tackle with hands. That's how we bring down people, okay? Why aren't our linebackers doing that?
Yeah, I agree with you, because I'm seeing that from our linebackers and I'm seeing that from our safeties as well. Some of our guys, some of our should I just say DBs in general, like they'll come up and they'll hit a guy and they'll think that's it. One thing that we have learned, and what you will learn as a rookie in the NFL, is you don't just hit a guy in the NFL and that's it. You need to wrap up. You need to tackle. There are very few guys in the league right now that can hit you and you're going to go down. Very few. And I kept seeing Judkins keep squeezing through every little arm tackle you had because he is that good of a back. So, yes, I do believe that we have to work on our tackling and get that better, because it was not very good in this game. But, still at the end of the day, we got the dub, and that's what matters. But I do want to know what's going on with Juice. Juice left the game. He didn't come back. No one said anything. Not even
his ribs.
His ribs. Yeah.
Okay.
His ribs. Yeah. So I think he'll be. We're going into a bye week. He'll be fine by the time.
Oh yeah, he'll
we
be fine. Yeah. Because you get to rest this whole week. You get to pretty much and Juice is a fullback. You know,
Right.
all he needs to do is just know the game plan. He doesn't actually have to go out there and really practice a lot of it. He knows this type of playbook inside and out. So yeah, if that's the case, Juice will go in. He'll get his rest. He'll take his time to chill, do whatever rehab he needs to do, and then by the time we play the Titans, we're good because after the Titans, we have a gauntlet. You know what I mean? So it's going to be a little bit different.
Right?
You said what?
It's the Colts after the Titans.
Yeah, we got the Colts. Now, here's the biggest issue with the Colts. The Colts at home are crazy good. And we got to go to Indianapolis. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. If there's one thing I want us to do, I want us to target and carve up Mooney Ward. I really do. Yeah, target and destroy him. Make him look bad, bro. For your laziness. Like, this team loved you, man. We supported you through tragedy, through all of the negative things that went on. And you got the nerve to come out and talk about, yeah, man, I basically, once I knew they wasn't giving me no money, I just said it was like, all right, I'll do what I can, but I ain't going to do much. Like, I get it. I get it 1,000% when it comes to players and wanting to get their money and understanding how valuable that is to them to being able to support their family and take care of things. But my biggest thing is you make your money by going out there and producing on the field. You can't be mad because we didn't give you money. You kind of had to understand that. We gave you your first bag. You got your first bag off of us. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with old Tired Legs McKinnon. We gave you your first real bag. And you treat us like this? Nah, man, I want you carved up, bro. I want you out there looking stupid. But sticking to this game, let's talk about the quarterback play, man. Because neither quarterback looks spectacular out there. Brock didn't look ridiculously great. Neither did Shador.
Brock looked fine for what was going on. Brock threw the ball away when he needed to and he made the throws he needed to throw when he had the ability to. That's honestly one of the best decision-making games Brock's had.
Brock
I
was
have to
at
agree with that one.
50%. He was at 50%.
Because he threw the ball away a lot so he didn't take a lot of sacks because he threw the ball away. And he didn't throw any interceptions because he threw the ball away. That I'm okay with that 50% because that 50% is not sacks and not interceptions.
For me personally, I just feel like there's still something wrong. I don't think that his foot is healed properly. I'm very happy that we have 3 wins in a row.
He was moving good. Didn't see anything wrong with his toe.
Here's my thing. I can just, when I'm looking at him, when I'm watching him, when I'm looking at the way that he moves, the things that he does, yes, he does have his, a little wiggle. He does have still a little bit mobility, but I don't know. He doesn't look like Brock would normally look. Now, mind you, of course, we were playing the Cleveland Browns defense, who is ridiculously great. And honestly, this is a big win for Kyle Shanahan. And I'm going to state that because Kyle Shanahan is 1-9 against Jim Schwartz. 1-9. Like, take that into account, people. And if you don't believe me, look it up. These are facts. I don't give you nothing but facts. I don't come with fiction. I don't come with feelings. You know what I'm saying? So him actually being able to beat Jim Schwartz is fantastic because for the most part, Schwartz owns him, just like Spags in Kansas City owns him. So, because I know we usually get, kind of caught up in the whole, it's Kyle Shanahan versus Kevin Stefanski. No, it's not. It's Kyle Shanahan isn't scheming against Kevin Stefanski's offense. He's scheming against Jim Schwartz's defense. He's scheming against Spag. He's scheming against defensive coordinators. So when people say that, I don't take that into account because I'm like, bro, what are we doing? You know what I'm saying? So for me personally, great win for Kyle Shanahan to be able to get past the Jim Schwartz defense. Great game for us to be able to do things, get things going the right way. Nice little touchdown pass that he had to Jennings. But go ahead and play this if that's what you're looking at.
Yeah, I just wanted to show this because this is freaking hilarious. George Kittle's reaction is priceless. Look at it.
What deception! 2-yard touchdown run, Brock Purdy. What?
Oh, dude, that's great.
Mark over there trying to hit the Dougie on him, and then he was like,
Dougie.
"You gotta have a little more wiggle. You gotta loosen up a little bit on that Dougie, though." You know, I ain't mad at it.
Yep. Yeah, but no, dude. Personally, Dion, I feel like Brock played to his ability, that what he could do, and he made smart choices compared to what he did last week against the Panthers. You know, and it gave us chances to still go down the field and score and basically put up points and basically win the game. So what I heard what the commentators were saying too is Purdy didn't have no steel plate or anything in his shoe in today's game either. And I mean, he was moving pretty well.
He took it out this game.
Yeah, it looked like he was moving pretty well with him scrambling and stuff like that. So he's not 100%, but he's gonna be dealing with that toe injury basically the rest of the season. So he could get it fixed.
So I do want to talk about something here because this is kind of something that I'm a little bothered by. We all know as 49er fans, we suck with first round picks in this franchise. And our first round picks have not necessarily done the best. With BA pretty much about to be released next year, right when the offseason comes, I'm pretty sure they're going to let him go. We don't have a number one receiver. And anybody out there trying to tell me it's Ricky Pearsall, y'all can kiss my whole you-know-what, because it ain't Ricky Pearsall. Ricky Pearsall ain't done much of nothing since he's been back. He does not create separation. And I'm not seeing anything from him that tells me that I need to feel good about Ricky Pearsall being here. So the biggest thing for me is
he's back.
I know that at the end of the day, we're going to have to draft a replacement for Trent Williams. I don't believe he plays beyond the season. So that first round pick better be spent on a left tackle. But with our track record, they almost like to spend that on the defensive lineman again like idiots and screw us and try to put Spencer Burford at left tackle or something. But what do y'all think on this situation, man? Because we do not have a number one receiver at all on this team. And I am not buying into the Ricky Pearsall hype because there's no hype to follow. I haven't seen anything that made me go, oh, snap. I'm not like there's nothing there for me. So I'm trying to figure out what are we going to do next year when we got to go into the draft and figure out who the hell to draft. Because me personally, I would draft a left tackle to replace Trent Williams. I would not go ahead and just think
there might not be a left tackle to take in the first round where we're picking. The tackles will be gone. So if we're going to get a tackle, it would be the later rounds, not the first round. The first round is either receiver or defensive end. Where we're sitting.
We don't need another fucking defensive end.
Yes, we do.
No, we don't. We already wasted one on Michael Williams. He tore his damn ACL.
We have less sacks.
Wasted enough first round picks. You know how I am about this, Chris. You know I'm gonna get pissed off. We not having to start on this damn team and draft defensive tackles and defensive linemen before things that we need. We all complain about this offensive line constantly.
We have less sacks than one player on the Browns. Dude, Garrett has more sacks than the whole team for the Niners.
Garrett got more sacks than a lot of teams.
I'm just saying we're going to need a pass rusher. It's just that's how it is.
I don't give a fuck about the pass rusher. I'm tired of it.
I'd rather get
It's annoying. Every damn year we need another pass rusher and another pass rusher and another pass rusher. We don't seem to make the right decision. Outside of Nick Bosa, who has had 2 injury seasons now, 2 of them. We don't need to wait. Why? You need to give me a viable reason on why you think that drafting another defensive line when we have one of the worst offensive lines in the league makes more sense.
This is the first multi-sack game we've had all year. Besides,
and it's from a guy that came off the street who was sitting on his couch, Cleveland Farrell. He's the only one who really made an impact. I think Keon White or somebody else got another sack. but I just need somebody to make it make sense.
But
Why
Because
you want to draft?
We definitely need one. If we don't,
Yeah.
Why?
because
Why?
we
Why
don't.
over our offensive line?
The reason our defense struggles is because we lack a pass rush. We have to draft somebody who can rush the passer. What do you mean? Why? What's the biggest problem with our defense, Dion? We don't rush the passer.
What's the biggest problem with the offense? We've neglected this offense for years.
The good part of the
We've
team.
neglected this line for years. We've all come to a conclusion that the offensive line we have is porous.
Yeah, but there's nobody when the draft comes. There's not where we're sitting in the draft. We're not going to be able to get a top offensive lineman. They're going to be gone.
So you mean to tell me that John Lynch don't know how to wheel and deal and move up?
We don't have that. We can't afford to move up with the picks that we have. We have to draft players to stay good. So you draft a defensive end or you draft a receiver late in the first round. There'll probably be opportunities for either of them where we're going to be sitting in the draft. And we need a defensive end because we can't rush the fucking passer. And the reason our corners are getting lit up at times is because the quarterback has all the time to throw.
So you're telling me that Michael Williams ain't worth shit?
I'm not saying he's not, but we still need to get. He's coming off ACL. He's coming. Dayon, don't do that shit. We still need.
Don't do what? Don't do what? Tell the truth.
Just
You know that's what I'm saying.
He tore his ACL halfway through the season. We probably won't even have him. And it's good. It's good to have multiple guys that can rush the passer.
So it's
We
good
don't
to have
have
multiple
anybody.
guys that can rush the passer, but it's not good to protect your $250 million investment in your quarterback?
I mean, yeah, but like I told you, we can't draft a lineman in the first round based on where we're sitting. So stop using that. If I told you it's not viable unless we trade up. Where we're sitting at the draft, it's either defensive end or receiver. It's that simple. There's no this or that or this. It's defensive end or receiver. Either one is good. Either one can help the team. Either one is a need for this team. So I'm
offensive line ain't a need.
What?
Offensive line isn't a need.
Yes.
There's no need.
But guess what? You're not
Our center ain't shit. Our left guard, we don't even know who the hell to put in because we keep rotating them. And then we got the left tackle who's about to retire.
But,
Come on, man. You serious?
the good offensive linemen are going to be gone in the first round. You're not going to fucking draft a guy that's a second round grade or third round grade in the first round just because it's what you need. That's stupid.
So go after a defensive lineman that is not going to do anything like we have the best track record with the guys.
Dude, you can't.
Look at what? Please rebuttal and please rebuttal with a fact because I'm giving you facts, Christian. You know that.
Whatever.
Please tell me something that's real.
I need a defensive end because my defense was the worst defense in the league at rushing the passer. So I do need a defensive end. But you know what? Previous years we have done poorly in getting defensive linemen. So let's just not draft one. That's fucking stupid. Get out of here with that. You draft a defensive end or a receiver.
Wait a minute. The definition of insanity is doing the same shit every time and then thinking it's going to work.
Dude,
Come on, bro.
Dude, you can't use that in a draft because the draft is a freaking crapshoot, dude. 25% of the players work out when they're drafted each year. Like, dude, you don't know if players are going to work out.
You're of the mindset of keep doing it until we get it right. That's what you're of the mindset of. Keep drafting them until
you have a position at need, then yeah, you have to do that. And based on where you're positioning in the draft, if you can't get the number one need because those guys are gone already, then you go to the next need, which is defensive end and receiver, and you pick the best player available between the two. If there's a better receiver that can help the team, you pick him. If there's a better defensive end you think can rush the passer and help the team, you take him. It's that simple. That's what drafting is. You don't overdraft because that's how you get fired. If you go, oh, this guy's got a third or second round, late second round guy, but he's an offensive tackle, I'm going to take him. When there's a guy that can come in and help the team right away, but who has a higher draft position.
Name another defensive lineman outside of Nick Bosa that's done anything for this team. I'll wait.
Dude, our 2 draft picks this year are killing it. Are you kidding me? Without them, there's games we don't win. We don't beat the Rams without fucking Alfred Collins. He's a fucking stud. And he's
First round.
What do you mean?
Round.
Here.
First
That doesn't
round.
matter. That doesn't matter.
Oh, Williams been killing it.
Come on, bro. You can't. It's okay, man. Debates are won and lost with facts, not feelings, bro. You are killing me, Smalls.
You just okay. So this regime has struggled at times to pick guys in the first round. So we're
At
just
times,
never gonna pick. We're never gonna pick certain positions ever again.
I never stated ever again.
That's what you're saying.
I never
guys
said that.
So you guys can't pick that again. Well, maybe they don't.
I'm stating finally address a position of.
You're not listening to what I'm saying.
I am. I hear everything you're saying, but I'm sorry if I don't agree.
The
That's
best-
called agree to disagree.
The best offensive tackles are going to go in the first 15 picks. We're going to be picking in the last 15 picks
I
of the
think
draft.
y'all better bundle up some picks and figure it out because when Trent Williams leaves, Spencer
I
Burford
understand that, but they're going to have to try to get. There's this guard. This is a heavy. This is going to. There's going to be plenty of guards. We're going to have probably draft a guard. I don't know if we'll be able to draft a tackle because there's not a lot of tackles, and it's going to be a very heavy tackle draft in the first 15 picks because Utah's going to have two tackles out of Utah are going to go in the first 10 picks. But their right tackle and their left tackle are going to get drafted in the first 10 picks in the draft. What are the Niners going to do? Let me just give up all my draft capital and go and get – no, they can't do that because they have other positions to fill. It's not like they're just ignoring
Once again, we neglect the offensive line, which is a position of need, as you stated. You're talking about needs. So don't give me that bullshit about it not being a need. We have a $252 million quarterback. So why would we ask more than that with Trent Williams?
What do you want to draft? You want to draft a creative player like he exists and make him fucking appear out of thin air?
And you want to draft a defensive end like we got the best track record in the fucking league in doing so?
It's just a position of
Come
need.
on, man.
You can't rush the
Come
tackle.
on, Christian. You got to come on,
So
bro.
I'm living in reality, and you're
Come
not
on,
living in
man.
reality thinking we can draft a lineman at 24 when they're not available. Explain that. What do you want? I mean, we can't trade up because we don't have the draft capital. But what I'm telling you is the offensive linemen, the tackles are going to go way too early for us to get them. So that goes to the back burner in need for the first round because they're gone. So then the next two needs.
So then we draft another dumbass defensive lineman that doesn't show up and show out. All of the defensive linemen we draft have not been necessarily the best when it comes to our first round draft picks.
Just assume that's
You can't assume that.
There can't be a fact that every single time we draft a lineman in the first round, they're going to be a bust. Because when you assume, you make an ass out of you and me. So no.
Well, no, you making an ass out of yourself with that comment because at the end of the day, I'm right. Tell me another defensive lineman that's done anything since Nick Bosa. I will wait, and you can't.
Dude,
You don't draft well in the first round when it comes to these linemen. You notice.
but
You
can't
notice. It's a fact. Stop trying to defeat a fact, bro.
What fact, dude? It changes every year in the draft. Whatever happened the year before doesn't matter the next year. That's how the draft
Please
works.
pull up every defensive lineman we drafted in the first round so I can shut this bullshit down.
What the fuck does it matter?
I'm done. I'm done. You can't accept that.
Keep going.
How can you not accept that we don't do good with these defensive linemen that we draft outside of Nick Bosa? I'm giving you
That's how
facts,
the
my
draft
guy.
works, Dion.
Facts.
That is how the draft works. There's no facts. The draft goes, you
That
pick
is
a guy,
what do you
he
mean?
works out or he doesn't work. But if you need a guy, you still pick a guy who you think is going to work. That's how the draft goes.
So consistently, that's how the draft goes. So we
Every
should be
pick-
being
every pick
consistent
works.
and screwing it up. That's what you're saying.
Dude,
Does that make sense, bro?
nothing you can do it.
Please, you're not making sense.
Some guys work out in the league, some guys don't.
So every year we just supposed to go, well, we'll draft another guy and
What
hopefully
we
work
need, that's what we need.
another.
We have no
And
pass
well, we'll just draft another defensive lineman and say fuck our offensive line and forget our $250 million.
You're not saying fuck the offensive line. You're just using
You
that.
are. What do you think?
They're not available to be picked next draft. Why are you using that when I've told you 1,000 times already that they're going to be gone? So you're going to pick between two guys. You're going to pick a receiver or a defensive end because the top tackles will not be there where we're going to pick because we're going to be a playoff team. Okay? Now, if we were in the top 10 and we didn't take a tackle, then you have a right to be pissed off. But that's not going to happen because the
So
tackle.
you mean to tell me every tackle that's been drafted in the top 10 is bona fide Hall of Famers?
No,
There's been tackles that have been drafted behind that were better, that were good.
but the
I'm
top
just throwing
tackles,
that out there.
you would take in the first round would be gone. Now, do we find a gem in the second or third round? Maybe, but you're not going to reach for a guy
in the first round when you need to hit on the first rounder. You're not going to reach for your guy. You're going to take a guy that's going to help the team.
And how often do we hit on our first rounders, Christian?
Dude, I don't care about how first
Once
rounder.
again, bro, you're losing the battle.
Not.
Yeah, man.
Dion,
That's taking
you don't process how the draft works. The
I
draft,
do process it. I
Draft-
do, but I process with numbers and facts.
the draft is not a for sure thing, Dion. The draft is never a for sure thing ever in the history of the NFL. That's why Purdy has been to a Super Bowl and was picked the last pick in the draft because you never know what the fuck's going to happen. That's why Brady is a fucking GOAT with 7 rings and was picked in the 6th round because it's a fucking crapshoot and you don't know what's going to happen because where you draft a guy, what team he goes to, it all depends on that. Okay? So whatever happens doesn't fucking pull to the next year or the next year or next year. It restarts. That's literally football. That's the draft. You've been alive for fucking 45 fucking years and you can't tell me you've been watching football since you were a kid and you don't understand that?
Yeah, I completely understand.
Why
But I
are you
also understand.
arguing
I
something
also
you
understand
just
trends, and I also understand analytics and what our trends.
Analytics fucking suck. Use your
Okay.
eyes. Use
That's
your
hey,
fucking eyes.
and I
Analytics-
use my eyes. You
Analytics
should use yours. You know why? Because if you use your eyes, you would see that these defensive linemen that we drafted in the first round ain't worth a goddamn dime. Please tell me the last defensive lineman we've drafted outside of Nick Bosa that has worked out.
You
You
can get a guy
still haven't
24,
seen
he
it.
could get 10 sacks in his first year.
You
And that
haven't.
means that was a good
Somebody
pick.
got to do something. God dang it! Somebody.
I just don't
You have
understand.
to say,
We
you have to say real quick.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Mike McGlinchey didn't work out, so we shouldn't take a right tackle in the draft in the first round, okay? Because we messed up on the one time we took a right tackle. We shouldn't take.
He was only a good run blocker. He wasn't a good
take
pass blocker.
linebacker
We all established that.
because Reuben Foster didn't work out. We shouldn't ever again in the first round take a defensive tackle because Solomon Thomas didn't work out. We shouldn't take. We took a second one. And he didn't work out either. So we should never go after those positions in the first round ever again because they didn't work out. That's stupid. Listen to the
Let
logic.
me stop you there.
Oh, geez.
I never stated we should never.
That's what you're saying. Though.
No, listen to me before you talk because you're putting words in my mouth. I never stated we should never. I stated maybe it's okay to pivot from the trend that we always have. It would be okay if one year we said, you know what? The defensive line going to have to figure it out, damn it. I need to protect my investment that I just gave a lot of damn money to. Like that would, no, hold on, Christian, hold on. Because I want you to hear me because you keep putting words in my mouth and you're making it seem as if I'm bypassing the truth of things. I understand how the draft works. Yes, I have been alive that long, and I've seen it in and out. But what I do understand as well is I look at my team and what my team does. And what my team does with Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch at the helm, listen to me before you start saying something. What they do with defensive linemen in the first round outside of Nick Bosa does not work because not a soul has turned out to be worth a dime. And I understand the draft being a crapshoot, but you can't consistently do something over and over and over, and none of it works out. And you think I'm going to come back next year and do the same shit, and it's magically going to work this year. While you have an offensive line that Niner fans, that Niner content creators, that anybody from the outside looking in goes, this line needs help. You can't look at this offensive line and say, I'm pretty sure Trent Williams is out the door next year. And if he is, I don't have his replacement currently on the roster.
Why are we having
So please, with that information that I just gave you, you can't even refute the
Yes, I
argument.
can. They're going to be gone by the time we have that pick. That's your refute right there. They're going to be gone. They're not going to go.
Everybody gonna be gone. Everybody gonna be gone. So we ain't got nobody. We found Rocky seventh round. You just said that. You said
Gone.
they found
Unless you're going to
Ron
do some
Brady in the
Dion
sixth round.
fucking magic fucking Louisiana voodoo and fucking make my player create for us to draft as a left tackle in the at 24, 25, 26, wherever we pick. There's not going to be anybody there with a first round grade that they're going to take. Now, if they are, you have an argument. But like I told you, The best tackles are going to go in the top 15 picks in the 2026 draft.
So we can wheel and deal and move around in the draft and do all the things that we've done in the
We don't
past.
have the draft.
We can't do that. We can't do that this year to say, you know what? I need Brock's blind side protected.
We are a playoff contending team trying to rebuild, not rebuild, but continue to build the team. You can't give up draft capital like that when you're doing
Oh
that.
no, this is a rebuild. Yeah, there ain't gonna be no build.
Rebuild.
This is
It's not a rebuild.
It has to
It's
be.
not a rebuild.
That's not 100% rebuild.
We are 9-4 already. Well, this is not a rebuild. It is a continuation to build the team to continue winning. It is not a rebuild. So you can't give away the draft picks.
It's like, hey, look, let's move on. Agree to disagree because you got your stance, I got mine. I'm not coming off my shit. You ain't coming off yours. It was a good debate, but take the L and call it a day, bro.
Take the
Take
L.
the L, call it a day, man.
Take the L.
Take the L. Take
The
the L, man.
How am I going to take the L when you're just making stuff up that doesn't even make any sense?
Everything that I said made total sense.
No, it doesn't.
It's all factual.
No, there's no factual anything in the draft. It's a crapshoot, and you can't just be like, oh, there's facts, so I can't take this. I can't draft.
Because the facts, because the track record and the facts go together, you can't use that in an argument. That doesn't make sense.
Because you can't say there's a track record and there's facts, so I can't take
it
in the first round when I need
what happened with Solomon Thomas? Garbage.
So
what happened with Javon Kinlaw? Garbage. What happened with Michael Williams? Torn ACL.
Williams tore his ACL.
He was doing good.
You can't even put him in the mouth.
He didn't even have a sack. I think he had maybe one.
And he was good against the run. As soon as he went out,
there's no. You got to give me more than that, man. Come on, man. I'm sorry. I'm looking at things from the outside in, man. It's not making sense.
What do you think about Alfred Collins?
You can't sit here and tell me because they have to ignore that position of need. Because
fuck our offensive line, fuck our quarterback.
Dude,
that's what you're saying.
Offensive line. We said
you're saying that because you want to draft a defensive lineman and a receiver.
Because when we're drafting,
did we not all understand this offensive line is not that good?
To the 2026 draft, when it's our turn to pick, there is no first round tackle available. So the next two positions of need in the first round where they'll be available are receiver and defensive end, and they can take either one, and it will be helpful for the team because they are very much a position of need. It is not that they are ignoring it. It is that in 2026, now get this right, 2026 NFL draft, there is no tackle available. It is not like they're going, oh, there's a tackle right there. It's not like fucking Fanu from Utah drops all the way to 24th pick and they just don't pick him. Now, then you have a right to say, because that's a top 10 talent that dropped to the 20-something pick and we're able to pick him up at left tackle or right tackle, whatever. Now, if they do that, that's one thing. But those guys are gone. So you go to the next two positions of need for this year's draft. The years after don't matter. This year's draft.
Fuck the offensive line again.
Two positions of need.
Yep, offensive line positions of need. We don't care.
Those are the
you sound like you Chris Forrester and Kyle Shanahan. Nothing's wrong with the offensive line.
Dude,
Jake Brendel was amazing.
Breakdown in the situation of where we're going to be picking in the 2026 draft and what players should be available when we pick.
Okay, so I'm going to use your argument. I want to move on because we need to talk about the game. I want to move on because we can talk about the game, but I will use your argument against you. You said listen to me. You said we found Brock Purdy in the 7th round. You just stated that they found Tom Brady in the 6th round. So you mean to tell me you could find both of those talents in later rounds, but you can't find the left tackle in the bottom of the first round?
You're wanting them to.
Oh, that's your own logic. You just gave that to me. Can I say that?
Tackle in overdraft. If his grade is a 3rd round, if he's a 3rd round grade left tackle, you want him to take him in the 1st round?
It's all good, man.
But that's what I'm saying. You're saying that
you got it. Nah, man. Hey,
if I told you that
you're on your stance, I'm on mine. I'm not moving from mine.
If I told you that the tackles, let me finish. If I told you that the tackles that have a 1st round grade are gone, you want them to overdraft and pass up other guys that could help the team that have a higher grade that are better players to take a guy that they might be able to get in the 2nd or 3rd round? That's what you're telling me.
Okay. So here, let me give you some information here.
Just say yes or no.
No,
Yes,
I don't. I want them to draft a left tackle. Fuck the rest of the team.
You want them to draft a left tackle.
I want them to draft a left tackle.
For the third round grade, you want them to use the 25th.
I don't give a flying fuck.
Okay, so then you would get fired after your first or second year as GM. Good to know. Okay,
I would, yeah. But at a bare minimum, I wouldn't not listen to my scout team that I send out to go and investigate these players and figure things out.
You're not taking a left tackle if they have a third round grade in the first round.
If I'm listening to my scout team, I don't draft Solomon Thomas, dumbass either.
How do you know what the team said? How do you know what the scout team said about Solomon Thomas? Now,
because articles. You got to do your research, man. There were plenty of articles that let our scout team purposely came to John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan and told them
that was a dumb thing.
Hold up, hear me out. Now you know you want to say that. I'm gonna say what I'm saying. They came to them for the scheme we were running. They said, no, he is not a fit. Now, you mean to tell me that you have scouts? Why do you have scouts if you're not going to pay attention to what they're saying? And Solomon Thomas did nothing for this team. Not a damn thing. He is not memorable. He is memorable for being worthless.
I don't care. That
is my point. You're not you are looking at it going, your mindset is the draft is a crapshoot, so however you draft is however you draft.
Yes.
You hit or miss, and I'm just gonna deal with that. I'm saying I'm not hitting or missing on something I continually miss on. Like put it like this. If you are a baseball player,
just like Gretzky said, you miss 100 you miss 100 of the shots you never take, or whatever the heck the quote is.
Okay, well, I've heard that quote. But here's the thing: so why are we taking 100 shots on damn defensive linemen? We ain't taking none on offensive linemen. You're not making sense, bro.
It's making sense. It's depending on who's available, where you're sitting in the
game. Let's move on.
Let's move on, man, because we've been on this for a minute.
It's gonna keep going. You guys been hitting it for 20 minutes.
No, it's just because he ain't. He ain't. I'm not coming off my soapbox. He ain't coming off his. I commend Christian because he will fight to the death.
It's not even that.
I'm with it, man. I agree.
You're right.
It
doesn't make any sense.
It makes total sense, just not to you.
Anyways, so going back to the game, what were your guys' thoughts on Kyle's game plan today and the little trickery that he did, especially with Brock Purdy's little QB sneak into the end zone?
The QB sneak was just that. Honestly, I don't think the QB sneak was Kyle. I think that was Brock. It was an option play.
Yeah,
Kyle, Brock just chose the right option. That's literally what it was. I don't think anybody would disagree on that. It was an option play. When you said that, Christian, was that a read option?
It was a read option. Kyle called that, and that was the ballsiest, greatest call, one of Kyle's best calls ever for Purdy, because we have not seen that call before, and it was fucking perfection.
At the end of the day, Brock made the right decision.
Brock was never going to not take that ball, Dion, because they were 100% not going to think Brock was going to take that. That's why that was such a good call. Brock
it was the same thing with pass juice early in the game.
Brock 100%.
Yeah, that was nice.
Not on film. It's not on film. He was never going to not take that ball. He literally walked in because they had no fucking. They 100%.
No idea. Yeah.
Hey, now look. Now here's something, Brandon. That's something me and Christian can agree on.
At the time, that was one of the best calls that he's called. That was
okay.
No, that was a great call. It was a perfect RPO in the moment. It set it up just like I was saying earlier. The pass to Juice. What about this? Is why I always constantly beg for Juice to get the ball. Why? They don't assume he's gonna do anything. They didn't even cover Juice. The only reason Juice got stopped was because they realized the ball was coming his way after the fact.
Mm-hmm.
But they were not covering Juice out of that backfield at all. This is why I always say, make sure you get him involved. He's sneaky. You don't know what's going to happen with him. So that's the case. Now, hopefully his ribs, as you stated before Christian came in, hopefully his ribs are good. And, over these next couple of weeks, he gets his rest, he does his rehab,
So-
and he's back for the Titans game. Even though it's the Titans, bro, we don't really need him. We don't need
So
nobody.
they
We can
actually
put Mac Jones out there with Sky Moore and Demarcus Robinson and probably still win that game. It ain't nothing against the Titans. Titans fans, I'm sorry, but y'all team sucks. Y'all suck something off.
Hey, just real quick before you hit Christian, I just want to say on Juice they did do X-rays and it came back negative.
That's
Okay.
good. He'll be all right.
That's great.
He'll get a week off. He'll be all right. I was going to say that what this offense did against this defense, which
Yeah.
considered the second best defense in the league, which I think is the best. That defense is insane, all the way around. Corner, safety, D-line. What this offense did was unbelievable. How Purdy played was unbelievable. They gave up 1 sack.
That was unbelievable. I anticipated Myles Garrett at least having about 2 to 3.
Yeah,
At
and
minimum. I did not anticipate us only giving up 1.
Purdy did not turn the ball over once. Multiple times he threw the ball away. He extended the play, and if it wasn't there, he still threw the ball away. Like, this is a big deal because this is what was costing him the games he's already started. He tries to make something happen when it's not there, and it turns the ball over. Now, today he decided to protect the ball. He decided to live for another down, get rid of the ball, whether he's on the run or he's in the pocket to get rid of the ball. And it was one of the best games decision-wise he's played, right? And he still was there to make big plays when he needed to. So, yeah, he had a 50% completion percentage. But when he did complete his passes, they were extremely important on third down, third and long for big gains, right, to keep the drive going, especially in the red zone, right? The first touchdown we scored is, 3rd and 9, and he throws that one to McCaffrey to go to the 2-yard line, right? Big play. That one to Kittle in the red that Kittle caught at the 5-yard line or whatever. Big play. So, yeah, he only had 50% completion percentage, but that's because he was throwing the ball away. He was throwing it away even when he extended the play because it wasn't there. And Purdy deserves praise for what he did because of his decision making and could live for another play was unbelievable. What this offense did against that good defense, even struggling to run the ball, was one of the best performances we've seen from this offense as a whole all season. By the offensive line, by the receivers, everybody. Purdy.
So here's one thing that I will say, man. Shout out to the NFC leading Bears. When we started the season, did anyone think that we would ever be saying at any point that the NFC leaders, the number 1 seed at this current moment, is the Bears?
But it's a down year for the league, so it's a lot of crazy.
No, not look, Christian.
Who's leading the AFC right now?
Don't
Who's
do that.
leading the AFC right now, though?
Hold on.
Who's
Listen
leading
to
the AFC?
the Patriots.
Though, there you go. This is
But
down year. So
okay, hear me out. Hear me out on this one, because I want you to go there with me on this. Teams just finally figured it out. They retooled. They did what they were supposed to do. The right people came into the right situations and things worked out. The one thing that I will take credit for is y'all maligned me. Every single one of y'all was out there giving me shit when I was telling y'all that Ben Johnson could be our head coach.
You know what?
Hold on and do some good things. Ben Johnson, hold on. Ben Johnson is currently number 1 in the damn NFC. And his offense ain't looking so damn bad. So all y'all that was out there running your mouths telling me how stupid I was because y'all that love Kyle Shanahan, remember, Ben Johnson at this moment is the number 1 seed in the NFC.
And
I'm just going to throw that out there as a
I'm gonna throw this back at you. And remember, big boy Kyle is 9-4 with a depleted fucking team.
That's what I'm saying. It's what's way more impressive than what the freaking Bears are doing is what the Niners. It's way more.
Okay. Let me.
What the Niners are doing
Let's touch on it.
is the most impressive thing in all of the NFL.
Let's touch on it.
With
So-
a half dead team is unfreaking believable.
So this is what I would say. What we are doing is more impressive. I will give you
It's
that.
unbelievable. I still can't.
But
believe doing this.
what Ben Johnson is doing is equally as impressive. And I'll tell you why. Hold on. Let me tell you why.
Defensively.
he walked into a situation with a quarterback that almost damn near nobody wanted after that first year. That man was sacked I don't know how many times. He spent more time on his back than he did standing upright. But what I'm stating is for him to come in and make that change from an offensive standpoint,
Now,
that is something to be
their
appreciated.
offense is not a powerhouse, though, Dion. Their offense
It's no, but okay, but what I'm saying, okay, Christian, but what I'm saying is, they are atop the NFC currently as the number 1 seed. And I can tell you right now, there ain't a soul on this planet that thought the Bears was going to be atop the NFC North, let alone the NFC, period.
but they're
But
this
what
year.
I'm stating is he came in there and he did the things that he needed to do to make this team perform properly. Now, one thing I can say, though,
But they're winning one-score games where
they don't.
my
But at the end of the day,
Chiefs, it's a 50-50. Like they're winning more one-score games than they're losing.
okay, so
Luck is a little on their side in that sense, just like it was.
okay, so let me say this.
He's a good
Don't
coach. He has
don't discount what the man has done. Don't do that.
He's a good
Don't
coach.
move the goalposts on it, bro. That's not fair to him. That's not fair to Ben Johnson. Listen to me. He came in there with a shitty team. You gotta admit this
They
offense. Hold on.
They have a lot of time, and they're leading the league in takeaways because they have good defense.
Okay, but what I'm trying to tell you, Christian, is don't discount what he's doing to make everybody else look better. That's all I'm saying. You got to think about it like this. You took a team that was nowhere near the playoffs last year, and you got them in the playoff hunt.
I agree, but I'm just saying
That's to be appreciated, bro. You can't tell me you can't appreciate that.
he's a good coach, but they're winning one-score games. This is a down year for the league. Plus, it's not now. If he came in and Caleb Williams was going to throw for 5,000 yards and had 40 touchdowns and 3 interceptions, that's not what we're seeing, right? So
once again, you just beating down on my point because you like to.
he made Jared
You
Goff.
can't even get a man credit, bro.
Jared Goff looked like Joe Montana while he was there. Caleb
I
Williams.
never know, bro. Look.
So
Okay, look at it like this. When Kyle Shanahan first got here, we didn't have nothing.
no,
We were a hold on. Let me make a point because I want you to stop shitting on Ben Johnson like this, man. It's not fair to do.
He's a good coach, but I don't.
But what I'm saying is, man, hey, look, man. Yeah, anybody with that's insane. Kirk Cousins couldn't even do that with his worthless ass. So all I'm saying is what
I said 5K 40 tuds is like
what Ben Johnson is doing in Chicago has to be appreciated and understood because he came into a team that had no business anywhere near the playoffs last year. They looked bad. Their offensive line looked horrible. Everything about them offensively looked bad. Their defense was never the issue. It was always that offense. But when you come in and you hire the right people and you make the right moves, what do? You turn around and become the leader of the NFC. So I'm not stating that what Kyle has done is anything worse. That is not good because of we literally damn near every week somebody go down. Shit, Waterboy got an ankle injury if I'm not mistaken. But I mean, of course I'm joking. But what I'm saying is, yes, it's impressive what Kyle is doing, but it doesn't matter. I'm making the point to say you guys out there told me I was crazy and I was stupid for wanting somebody like Ben Johnson. But look what he is currently doing with the team that he has. Everybody told me I was dumb and that I wasn't thinking right. And he didn't have a track record. He didn't have this. He didn't have that. At the end of the day, Ben Johnson walked into Chicago and has turned them into a playoff team in 1 year. And that is something to be appreciated. That's all I'm saying. I'm not asking for you to come back with 50 reasons why it's not to be appreciated.
I was just telling you why it's not why I don't see it as that impressive. Like he's a good coach.
But that's what I'm saying. Like why shit on him?
Because it's not that. It's a down year.
That's not impressive.
But because their team is like, do I think they're going to do that great in the playoffs? No, because I don't think they're very impressive. Yes, they're first in the league, but they're not doing anything that impressive.
That's something we can agree to disagree on.
They're not
I think they look good.
The reason they're winning, they lead the league in turnovers on defense. That's huge, right? That's a big reason that they have 8 wins and 3 losses.
Okay.
And like they won a lot of one-score games, but they're not scary. Like, oh my God, they're gonna freaking 40 points a game or something.
The Colts look scary this year, and now they don't look so scary, do they? Lots of teams have ups and downs, bro. Don't you?
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it's not.
Come on, dog.
He's doing a good job. He is a good coach, but he's not. It's not that impressive. It's not.
No. You know what I noticed right now, Brandon? Christian's just a homer. That's
No,
all it is.
no. I'm not even talking about my team.
He
I'm
loves Kyle.
as a football.
And what Kyle, anything that Kyle is doing is going to do better than anyone else.
I'm not comparing, Dion. This has nothing to do with Kyle. This has to do with.
Oh, man, you're being a homer, bro. Because the first thing you brought up was Kyle Shanahan and what he's doing with all the injuries we had.
Yeah, because we're going to go with impressive. Yeah, that is the most impressive.
Okay.
That's not being a homer by saying that the Bears are like it's smoke and mirrors, dude. The Bears are leading the division, but it's smoke and mirrors. They ain't going to beat anybody in the playoffs.
Okay. We have yet to see
Yeah.
what we're
Well, anyways,
Seen
I
smoke
got
and
something
mirrors.
to share.
No, the Chiefs last year were smoke and mirrors when they played an actual team and got the living shit beat out of them by the Eagles.
Let's see what we got here.
It's
So
smoke and mirrors.
This is about Brock's good ass throw that he gave to Kittle in the 2-minute drill. Before half.
If he doesn't underthrow it at the touchdown, but
Yeah.
I think the wind took that one.
well, yeah, it might have happened too. Yeah.
It might have, bro.
Oh, that was huge. We were almost not going to go for it. Just going into the wind like that with 37 seconds left. The odds of, with their pass rush, making something bad happen seemed a little bit higher than going and scoring. But Ricky made that big third down, got us down there. Throwing that go route in the wind like that, just going into that way, that was a big time play by Brock and a huge catch by George.
Oh,
I mean, look, so the first one that the wind took was the possible TD pass to Tonjes. Like, you could literally see the ball kind of swirl.
did you freaking take that? I couldn't tell because I was like, dude, Tonjes was open.
No, the wind took that, bro. You got to go back and take a look at, like, literally, I saw the ball because Brock was trying to loft it purposely, obviously.
I see the wind can take that because there's nothing on it.
Yeah, the minute he lofted it, the wind took it.
Yeah.
There was no chance.
Yeah, because the wind's off the lake.
Because the winds there were insane. I think they said
They
they
like,
had
18 miles?
mile-an-hour winds.
Right there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's nothing he could do on that. For me personally,
And so
Do
maybe
I-
that's why the ball was underthrown to Kittle because the wind probably.
the wind, it slowed it down. To me personally, I look at it like this: is Brock 100%? No, not by any stretch.
He looked the best.
For me, I'll give Brock probably about an 85%.
Yeah.
But I do think that possibly maybe that toe, for me, for my liking, from what I'm seeing, I think the toe is still bothering him just a bit.
We
It's
know
not
already
over the top, but I think it is bothering him a little bit.
We do know from Turf Field, Dion, whether it gets better enough to play or good enough to play, that it's never 100% until
You actually like literally stop and let it just do whatever it's supposed to.
he's the best he's going to put. It's the best it's probably going to be for the rest of the season, which is probably, like you said, 85%. But dude, he was running. He looked like he had his, his, like, dude, he was avoiding, the pressure, and he looked like he had his legs.
He broke a couple of tackles.
Did y'all notice something? This is the first game, I believe, of the year where Christian McCaffrey did not have 100 yards from scrimmage.
Yeah, dude, they bottled him up.
Oh no, I'm not. And when I state that, people, I am not saying that. It's bad or anything. I'm just
played the best
defense time all year it's happened. Because other than that, Christian McCaffrey is guaranteed over 100 yards.
Right.
At a minute.
Look what Kittle did. Look what Jennings did. Pearsall had big catches when we needed it. Everybody stepped up.
Let me say this, because that's the other thing. I personally feel like they bring Jennings back.
Me too.
I think at this point, because of the argument that me and Christian had earlier, you don't have a choice.
Yeah, no,
You need him.
I think
you can't go into the season because I don't even know. Matter of fact, B-Dubs, pull that up. Find our receivers.
But if
hold on real quick because I'm trying to tell him what to look up.
Mhm.
Find our receivers and look at their contracts. Figure out who the hell we even have after this.
So, Dion, if he wants too much,
I know Pearsall's here, but that's a foregone conclusion.
if he wants
Let's
too much,
talk to him. What you got?
give it to him because we'll have if he ever gets healthy. Cowing and Watkins technically are 2.
I thought Cowan was cut.
No, he's still hurt.
Okay, first of all, don't talk to me about Jacob Cowan. I don't want to hear that name. The man ain't got on the field. He ain't gonna be on the field. He's worth nothing. I'm done with Jacob Cowan. Just like Jalen Hurd.
So we can have Watkins. We can probably bring back Kendrick Bourne for cheap. But if Jennings wants too much money, they're not going to give it to him regardless.
Of course not. I don't doubt that.
So he's probably going to be gone, even though it'd be nice to have him back. But I think it's Pearsall, Watkins, Cowing.
He's got it up right now. So take a look and find them receivers because Brandon Ayuk, we can just cross him off the list. They're releasing him. I guarantee it. He's done. So I know we have Pearsall. That's a foregone conclusion.
Watkins.
Juwan.
No, Jawan's gone.
Demarcus
Jawan's
Robinson.
technically a free agent.
Demarcus Robinson.
Is he still? So he's under contract?
Yeah, Demarcus Robinson signed a 3-year deal, so we have Robinson.
Yeah.
Okay. And who else?
And Sky Moore.
Oh yeah, we have
He's a
more.
returner. He's not a receiver. I don't even count.
We're gonna keep him as a returner. I don't think they're gonna.
Yeah, but I don't count Sky Moore as a receiver. He's a returner.
Jordan Watkins
Watkins and Cowing.
and Cowing.
So
Yeah,
they
that's not.
they should draft a receiver in the first round in 2026. Now, I'm like I said, I don't mind if they draft a DN, but I would draft a receiver.
They also bring back Bourne.
Well, they're going to probably bring back.
No, Christian said that. He literally stated that. Just
JJ, especially with JJ Watt, you can bring back Bourne for cheap, and he likes it here. I think he'll sign. So that's a good thing too. But I think they have to draft a receiver in the first round, and there's some good receivers we can get in the first round where we're going to be picking.
Well, let's hope they make the right decision.
It's going to be a heavy,
ain't worked out at all.
It's going to be a heavy offensive line draft, defensive line draft. I think. So I think we'll have opportunities to get receivers, and there's going to be plenty of good ones that we can get. Right.
Well, let's hope we make the right decision because Pearsall ain't worked out.
There's the kid out of USC, Lemon. There's the.
Please don't say that name right now, and don't say that fucking school right now. I'm not.
Yeah, you guys lose last night.
So let's not mention.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's not mention those assholes at all.
Is it Tate? Who's the big body receiver at Ohio State that Matt mentioned? Tate or whatever.
Oh yeah. He's big.
So there's guys that we can get. I think that might come to that level, and I think the Niners are going to have to get a receiver, a big-bodied receiver, preferably. I think we need a big-bodied receiver who can run some routes. So that's what I think they're going to do in the first round.
Well, let's hope we make a good decision because the last 2 receivers have screwed us royally.
Going into next year's draft, the 3 best needs are going to be O-line. So which would be left guard we'll need, and
left tackle.
Left tackle and left guard because we don't have a left guard either. We're good at right. We're already.
I think we can get by with Spencer Burford at left guard. Honestly,
but
I don't think that's a big deal.
We don't have to agree that or like that they did it, but we're good at right tackle because they paid him, so we can't even argue.
That's a foregone conclusion. He's staying.
We need a left tackle, possibly a left guard, a receiver, and a defensive end.
Would you be opposed to them telling Jake Brendel, "Hey, you and Matt Hennessy got to battle it out"?
I don't know what they're going to do because I would let Brendel go after this season, but that's just me.
I will too.
It's funny because as soon as Brendel got hurt and Hennessy played well, Brendel started trying more and stopped watching and actually go there and finish blocks.
He said he started trying more.
He stopped watching.
Speaking of the word more, let's talk about it, man. I gotta share the screen, bro. I gotta
He's actually been
tell everybody about our return guy.
Oh,
really
more?
Quick, man.
Dude, I was hoping he was going to get that punt return.
Sky Moore had 1 kick return for 24 yards. He had 3 punt returns for 69. Like, what I want y'all to understand when y'all look at these numbers, I know it may seem like it's not a lot. That's a lot for a returner.
Dion, for us losing because of special teams in the playoff games and Super Bowl, if we were actually to make it to the Super Bowl this year, we'd actually have the advantage in special teams. I think for the first time in under.
But what do we want, Brandon? What do we need from Sky Moore?
A touchdown.
Exactly.
Right.
Finish, bro. Finish. Stop running out of gas at the last moment, bro. Sky Moore is let me tell you something. Sky Moore is the equivalent to the car back in the day. I don't know, a lot of y'all a lot younger. I don't know if y'all know this car. It's called a Geo Metro. Sky Moore is the equivalent because he gonna keep going and going. But you think you got some gas, but you know what? The level in the
Dion
He just froze again.
He went full.
You stop right like that.
He went full method right there.
But look, as I say that, my screen just decides to dip out on me. Exactly. This is what's happening with Sky Moore. He's getting there, but he stops. Wait, what happened to Christian?
And where the hell did he go?
I don't know, bro. His camera just shut out. Oh, he got a phone call.
Yeah,
I'm saying, like, people listen. Look at what Sky Moore did. Sky Moore has been doing fantastic things. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I thought Junior Bergen was gonna be the dude to do this stuff for us because I loved what he did in college. But part of this goes back to Kyle not necessarily caring for rookies like that. Also goes to the fact that we had to switch up.
You froze again, bro.
He's method.
When you take a look at it, honestly, two sacks by Cleveland Farrell. You gotta be okay with that. We had 1 sack by Keon White. You take a look at the receiving, all pedestrian numbers, but at the end of the day, Jennings catches the TD. This right here, we can't have that happen again. We got to be very mindful because we cannot have our starting running back averaging 2.7 yards a carry.
It's okay.
That's not good.
Dion.
While hold on, I'm just going through the numbers real quick. While theirs is averaging 4 yards a carry, that's we can't have that. Now, neither quarterback, both quarterbacks completed 16 passes.
Missing our first round pick right now is why it hurts us against the run because he was killer against the run.
What are you talking about?
Williams, dude. With not having him, he was so good. He helped us so much against the run.
Yeah, but they weren't running.
What? He froze again.
Yeah.
Honestly, they stayed away from him where he would have been.
Yeah.
He was on the left side. He was on the right. They stayed away from him technically, so he wouldn't have been able to do much. He probably would have been able to help collapse the pocket a bit, but he wasn't doing a lot.
It would be the linebacker position too because Bethune did much better at stopping the run than maybe Robinson is. Mm-hmm. Because Bethune kind of filled the holes a little better, filled the gaps better too. So that might be why as well. Plus, then if you upgrade, we have Fred, then the run defense is going to do a lot better as well. So it's just injuries is why the run defense is struggling. But I like that we weren't able to run the ball today, but we were able to move the ball and get big first downs on 3rd and longs today that made the difference. And that was really good to see because we did that against probably one of the best, if not the best defense we'll face all season.
Did you see this? This is true.
What?
Look at the TOP. It was damn near the same. Let me see that. Give me a second.
All right. Yeah. Crazy.
Sorry, my wife was making some lemonade, and that shit is fire. But I mean, look, I ain't shipping shit to California. Send a care package to Gilroy, California. This guy is out of his mind. I do that now. I gotta send some shit over.
Hey, make sure you just send the tracking number, okay?
You say what? You just need a tracking number?
Send the tracking number.
All right, man. We'll get it sent. The wife says she appreciates it. We'll send it out. But honestly, look at the TOP. We both had the ball the same amount of time. We just were able to make more things happen than them. You know what I'm saying? So
keeps freezing.
Yeah, he does.
I have to say this. It wasn't an indictment on Shedeur Sanders. It wasn't. I'll say that. I don't think this was an indictment on Shedeur Sanders.
Hey, just real quick, guys.
A better defense than he played last week.
So he did, but our defense is still kind of lame in the sense like we don't get a lot of pass rush. He had time, but he doesn't really know where his checkdowns are. He holds the ball too long, not trusting what he's seeing, and so we were able to get some sacks because of that. So
I thought Brock was on the ball a little bit long too, but then again, we ain't had nobody open, so it ain't like we can do much with throwing the ball when ain't nobody open.
It was his inexperience. He played better than you might have expected, but he doesn't really know where his checkdowns are.
I'm gonna say this. I'm not gonna lie to you. I can guarantee you, Kevin Stefanski was smiling inside when Shador went down. And
Why you say that?
oh, great, Dylan's back on the field. You know what I'm saying? But
Why?
Dylan came on the field and not even a play later. I know. Yeah, I'm tripping. It's tripping out. I think I'm gonna have to end it on my end because it's tripping. But at the end of the day, I think that he was happy that Dylan went out there and did when Shador came out there and tapped Dylan on the shoulder. He didn't even know. He's like, oh shit, I gotta go back to the bench again. Thing.
Well, they both suck. So
yeah. Before we end it, I just want to show something real quick and see if you guys agree. Doesn't Farrell look like Ray Ray from A Haunted House? Right here with his beanie.
I don't know. I've never seen A Haunted House.
Okay, watch. I'm gonna show you right here. Watch. Ready? Here we go.
Oh, wait.
I don't give up.
I'm just gonna do him like that.
With this beanie, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Really balling out.
Hey, y'all remember? I don't give a fuck.
I don't give a fuck. Keisha.
Farrell's balling out right now too. 3 sacks.
Yeah, for him to come off the couch and have 3 sacks in the last 2 games, I'm not mad at it, bro. He was just at the house, staying in shape, being ready, and they just called his number. So that was great.
This is him basically saying how he's not taking this for granted, and that he's balling out.
We appreciate you not taking it for granted.
I think for me, it's just not taking it for granted. When I came back, this team was right in the thick of it, and at the end of the day, the biggest reason why I came back here was because I wanted to win. So I'm just thankful for my teammates, coaches, everybody in the building just helped me, get prepared and be ready for the moment. So it was good.
You guys remember how good he was in college before he had that knee injury?
Yeah, Farrell, when he came into the league, had a high grade placed on him. And I think it was, didn't the Raiders draft him?
No, the Jaguars.
Jags. Okay, I thought it was the Jags.
I thought
it was the Raiders, but it's Jags.
He was so good coming out of Florida.
Yeah.
I think he had that knee. I don't know if he had that knee injury in college or right when he got to Jacksonville, he had that knee injury.
Yeah.
Remember?
Oh, but
started his career with a knee injury. I know that.
He's been doing phenomenal, man.
Never lift up to his potential.
Hey, he's been doing this thing here with us. That's all I
Yeah.
care about.
Dude, he was so good coming out of Florida, the University of Florida, he was insane.
All right.
The other thing I will say is there are so many damn holding calls that continually get missed, man.
Dude,
I'm getting tired of Huff getting held and them not calling it.
Better, Dion. I think if you sell them, you're not going to get them.
Yeah.
Bro, it's bad, man. Like I need Huff to learn how to sell.
I just think it's the way Sarah how's our guys rushing the passer. That's how just the way he teaches. They don't sell and they just keep going, and we don't get the calls. That's the only thing I can think of because
I need Kasera to start teaching them how to sell because every now and then you got to sell a few of these just to get it.
Some of those guys just don't do that because it's not their way of thinking. They just full go.
Yeah, they don't. LeBron.
I tell you right now, my damn way of thinking, I'm selling the shit out of it. I'm making everything.
To sell like that, you have to have some of that soccer player bitch in you, and some of these guys don't.
Hey, look, man, I don't care what nobody says. You call it soccer player bitch, I call it getting a free penalty. Okay.
Well, yeah. I guess if you're in the English league. The English league, the flopping is bad. And if you watch the MLS, they don't do it that much.
All right,
if you watch USA versus Mexico, dude, they'd be beating the shit out of each other and the refs.
Right, taking each other out. Shit, ain't no red cards, yellow cards, nothing. It's just you know what's going to happen.
Yeah. I do nothing.
No, but I just don't know why the guys don't sell it. But it's just in the moment, most guys don't think to do
I
that.
mean, no, you made a proper observation. It could be Kasarik, and it could be also them as well.
I wish Bosa knew
That's
how.
more than a valid observation to say, hey, that may just not be who they are.
If Bosa knew how to sell a hold,
or who it is Chris Kasarik coaching that defensive line.
we probably
That
have
makes no
one. Kyle probably have 2 Super Bowls if Bosa knew how to sell a hold.
You know, I'm
Just
not going to disagree with that. There are, I did.
Just saying, if Bosa could
It's not
sell,
lying, though. I mean, I'm
Bosa
just
knew how to
saying.
sell a couple holds, man. We'd have 2 more. We'd have 2 Super Bowls.
And Christian, we didn't. Me and B-Dubs didn't necessarily plan wearing the same type of jerseys. So
I
next
don't even
time,
have one of
you
those.
need to bring your ass in here with a fallen 49er jersey on. Okay.
No, I could try to get one. I don't have one.
You know what I'm saying? Because look, though, when I came into the stream, I saw Brandon with his 97 and I had on my 54. I'm like, we just represented fallen Niners here.
Because I wanted to get a Jennings.
Both of them ain't in the game, and neither one of us playing.
Yep.
I wanted to get a
Oh.
Jennings, but if Jennings is going to leave, I don't want to get it.
Good note, though. Fred's progressing very well with his rehab and recovery. Listen to me, it's a big,
if.
massive, giant if, but Fred could possibly be available for the playoffs.
That would be pretty sweet because if the Panthers proved anything today, which I already know we can beat them because they're in our division, we could beat any of the teams in the NFC playoff picture. We could beat the Bears, we can beat the Seahawks, we can beat the Rams, we can beat the Packers, we can beat any of them.
I'm gonna say this: I don't know about beating the Rams after the way they kicked our ass last time.
I do.
Yeah, but
I don't know about that one.
It's kind of like
we're coming off
That wasn't no regular ass whooping. They beat the hell out of us.
I mean,
they wanted their revenge. That's why.
we put a.
I don't care. That don't be.
But
Yeah.
We could beat them. We
the
could beat them.
defense, the
I'm not
defense.
worried.
I would assume the defense is playing better again, right? But I think we can also.
Come on, the sorry ass Panthers fucking beat
We
them
can
today.
score on them, dude. We can score on them. That's what I'm saying. Like we can score with anybody, and so it's just whether or not the defense can make enough stops. But
Hey,
and Kyle Shanahan's NFC Championship or bust in the playoffs. So
anybody gonna
That
talk
is
about
true.
Matthew Stafford with his fucking picks and
the first pick was a good play by the D lineman getting the ball off.
Did he throw 2 or 3?
he threw 2 and 1 fumble. He fumbled the ball.
Oh, and one was a pick 6.
Yes.
Yeah, because freaking
No, Brock Purdy didn't have a pick 6 last week. I'm just saying.
This guy.
I'm just fucking saying.
the corner picked him out good because
Let's do it.
it's just what I keep saying though
God.
about like trying to cover the Rams receivers. The Rams receivers aren't fast. So if you get a good beat on what the route they're gonna run, you can get that's I feel like that's what the corner did. He's like, all right, he played it good and got that pick. Because like the Rams have good route runners, but their guys aren't fast.
No, nobody's running away.
That's why I keep being like, dude, you got to try to put some hands on the Rams receivers specifically because they're not fast. So you got to like mess them up. Like, dude, you can't tell me that Nakua don't run like he's got freaking sandbags on his ankles, dude. He's so damn slow.
No, yeah, he's
His
not.
route
guy,
running-
but
He didn't make that crazy catch though.
He's just strong as shit.
He's
That's
not
all.
much faster than Jennings, and Jennings is slow as shit.
Yeah, that's true.
Well,
All right.
I love JJ. He is.
we know Adams isn't fast, but he comes down with the contested balls.
He's good on the 50-50 ball. Yeah.
He's the best at the 50-50 ball, probably.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna wrap it up. For those of you still watching here with us, we are partnered up with Fanatics. This is the perfect time to go over to our website, fanaticscreators.com, for Every Faithful Pod. Links are below in the description. Get yourself some nice, freaking football apparel, baseball, whatever, like these two right here. For Cyber Monday deals are going on right now. So yeah, if you guys haven't checked out yet, go over there and check it out. And until next time, go Niners. Happy Thanksgiving weekend, guys. Peace.